Manning that beautiful expanse of grass in center field has been Rockies rookie Brenton Doyle. Brenton jumped on the scene this season, and his incredible athleticism makes him the perfect player to play that difficult position at Coors Field. Whether it's with his glove or with his arm, Doyle has center field on the lock.
All right, Brenton, we're out here at the most difficult parcel of land to defend in all of Major League Baseball. What is the first thing you ever thought of when you stepped out here in the center field at Coors Field?
Really just trying to soak everything in and take as many mental pictures as I can. I knew coming into it that this is a challenging outfield, and Albuquerque and AAA is kind of like a good little stepping stone to this field, another pretty big outfield. But spring training's where it kind of all started, and talking to Charlie Blackmon a bunch and some of the other veteran guys, just kind of giving me a heads up to what to expect whenever I do make it here, and those little things definitely help a lot.
I'll get back to Charlie, but I want to start you off with an absolute banger of a statistic. Okay, there's been 28 seasons played at Coors Field. Of those 28 seasons, there's over 35 center fielders. If we added up every single center fielder in defensive run saved and compared them to you, do you know what the difference is? What's your guess?
I don't.
Right now, you're at 14 positive defensive runs saved.
Well, clearly I would think it would be more than mine, but I feel like you wouldn't bring it up if it wasn't.
You are ahead by over 20. It is a negative number. There have only been 3 seasons of positive defensive runs saved.
I was going to go like 10, but wow.
That's to put into perspective exactly what you're doing at the hardest place to play center field.
That's very rewarding.
What does that mean to you?
It's very rewarding to hear because, you can ask a lot of the guys on the team, like I don't take many reps off in practice and everything, and BP especially, because I think as an outfielder during BP that's the closest you'll get to game-like reps, and but yeah, it's very rewarding to hear for sure.
When did you realize you wanted to be a good defensive center fielder?
It probably started in high school. Growing up, I was kind of the short guy on every team, and I was actually
changed, by the way.
It's changed. I was like the middle infielder, just the guy that can run well, and I was a pretty good infielder growing up, but then I hit my growth spurt about sophomore year of high school, and they threw me into the outfield, and center field's kind of where I found my new home, and I always use my speed to my advantage, and it's always stuck with me. And speed as a center fielder is probably one of the best things you can have, especially with the most territory to cover. And then throughout high school and then into college, my game just got better and better and better, and I'm glad center field has been my home.
What is your general approach to playing here at Coors specifically? Do you rely on the card wholeheartedly? Do you position based on that to start?
A little bit. The card's definitely helpful, but for me, the biggest thing about playing outfield is all about anticipation. Anticipating that the ball is going to be hit to you, because if you get caught on your heels or you get caught, not thinking that way, a game could get sped up and stuff. So if you're always anticipating the ball coming to hit to you, then you're not going to be surprised by anything. You get good jumps.
Based on the assists and your guys' ability to throw, how much trash talk is there? How much is the hyping each other up?
More hyping each other up than trash talk. We'll throw shots and jabs at each other here and there. He likes to always say that he has the hardest assist now, and I told him, it was actually yesterday we were talking about, I'm like, hey, I want you to Google something when we get back in the locker room. Since StatCast started, who has the hardest throw, and see his name pops up, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's really fun to see that not many teams want to take the chance on us, and it definitely saves a lot of runs.
I played with Aaron Cook, with Jason Jennings, guys that were heavy, hard sinkers in on right-handed hitters.
Yeah.
And we have Holiday and left, right? If they were executing that pitch, I would take the right fielder and I would basically tell him to play 220 feet, because anything that was hit was a jam job.
100%.
Are you allowed to move the guys like that as well?
A little bit. If I'm heavy one way and I see like I'm a little bit close to the guy next to me, I'll be like, hey, like I can cover here a little bit, so give you a little bit more towards the line or something like that.
You mentioned Charlie.
Yeah.
What does Charlie talk to you about in the outfield, playing outfield here at Coors Field, or in general, just as a baseball guy?
It really started in spring training before I made it to Coors physically. Just talking about, the Coors Field, the outfield, it's challenging. And, certain balls you think you can coast to, like you can't. And that's the biggest thing that stuck with me is, balls in the gaps or balls hit over my head, like I cannot coast the balls.
Well, one of the things I've always talked about too is Coors Field is it's I think a lot of times it's top 1 in baseball, the surface. What do you think about the surface here?
No, it's great. you know, besides the couple of divots, me and Nolan been making, putting our bodies out on the line, diving for balls and stuff. But you know, it plays really true. You know, it's fun to call this place our home.
As a former center fielder here, I know how difficult it is. I want to make sure that you truly understand and enjoy what you've actually done this year and how much people enjoy watching you play out here. It's been pretty cool. It's been pretty special. I can't wait to see how much you grow. There better be gold on your hand in the near future. I mean that, and possibly a platinum glove. I want to thank you for what you do because it's pretty special. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.